So here's the bottom line. Over the past 12 months, a lot of discussion in Washington about the Farm Bill. Both sides of it, lots of controversies, lots of headlines. Well, this is the guy who's been working behind the scenes with senators, with the House, with USDA, with Secretary Perdue, with just about everybody about the Farm Bill. So, Kam, the Farm Bill has now been signed. Is that a smile on your face? Is that a frown on your face? How do you feel about the 2018 Farm Bill?
No, that Phil, thanks for having me. That is a very big smile on my face. I think a lot of folks recognize how challenging the environment is in Washington, and against all of those odds, in a very dysfunctional environment, Congress was able to get together and pass on a bipartisan basis by an overwhelming vote one of the best farm bills that any of us has experienced. It's got some tremendous value in it, specifically for the potato industry, the specialty crop industry broadly. And so it's a real success story that really in this environment shouldn't have happened, but it did because of some very dedicated, committed leadership by some veterans on the House and Senate Agriculture Committees who really wanted to take the opportunity to make sure this got done for America's farmers.
So this is your specialty, if you would. This is your focus. So from an outsider standpoint, what I didn't understand is all the other stuff that people tried to attach to the Farm Bill. Mm-hmm. Work requirements, I mean, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Didn't that get in the way of the real issue of what farmers need?
It absolutely did. I think a lot of people don't realize that nearly 80% of the Farm Bill is the nutrition programs, right, food stamps and those types of things. The agriculture piece is a relatively small portion of the overall bill, but the reason that those nutrition programs are there is to go get the votes from congressional districts, particularly in the House, which are less and less agriculture and rural in nature with every succeeding census that we have that realigns those districts. So you've got, as you said, there's a lot of extraneous things in there. The idea is to generate the necessary votes to pass the bill, but sometimes those extraneous things can become the impediments to success. It nearly toppled the program this time around, but fortunately, after the election, folks were able to broker a settlement, and it really got to a good bill. So we've got great funding in there for export promotion, right, agricultural research, some of the best numbers that we've ever seen. So it's a very positive success story amongst kind of a lot of other chaos at the federal level.
Yeah. So when we look at the Farm Bill in particular for potato farmers, mm-hmm, what could you point to as the success that everyone in this room, in this huge room of at the Potato Expo, it's the 11th year of the Potato Expo, can really point to and say, thanks, Kam, great job, here's what you did for us?
Well,
not personally, but
maybe not for me, but for the industry broadly, a couple of really important programs that got fixed for us. People often don't realize how important what USDA does, not just domestically, but internationally. The export promotion programs, as you have seen in a lot of your travels, our foreign competitors have their own government programs which seek to do one thing, is knock American producers out of valuable markets. USDA has programs to counter that. But
not as strong. And not as vibrant. I mean, if you look at Italy and France and even England, the money that they put behind these promotions, and even in certain commodities, tacking, $1 a bottle of olive oil, if you would, that the Italian government subsidizes the brand to be able to get it here. We're not that aggressive.
You're absolutely right. We are truly taking a knife to a gunfight. Yep. But that knife is really important, and we want to see those programs enhanced because they are so valuable. One of the key programs that we rely on, particularly to deal with access into Mexico and some other valuable markets, the Technical Assistance for Specialty Crops program, that program very well could have ended had it not been for some very committed work that folks did in both the House and Senate Agriculture Committees to find new funding for it, to improve the program. Additionally, we got for one of the most valuable specialty crop research programs that the potato industry has relied on quite a bit. We got a 30% increase in that program, one of the single largest increases in funding across the entire Farm Bill for ag research. So that was a real victory, and I think that's going to pay dividends not just for this Farm Bill, but on down the line, decades in the future. Those funds are going to go to very good purposes.
So last question, and I'm going to put you on the spot. And I know, working on Capitol Hill and so on, this is a horrible question to ask you. Give a grade to Secretary Perdue. Failing grade to an A.
I think Secretary Perdue has done an excellent job in his role. He really gets it. His team at USDA really gets it. Those folks, Secretary Perdue, before being Secretary Perdue, he was Governor Perdue.
Right.
He really understands the politics, how to connect with farmers, how to sell a lot of these programs to consumers, sometimes a skeptical voter base. He understands the value of them. He hits all the right notes, and I think he's got a very good team. Ultimately, these things don't occur without having a good team around you.
Right.
He's surrounded himself with good people, and they know what they're doing, and they're getting it done.
So he gets an A.
I think he gets an A.
He gets an A. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Camp, thanks for the update. Farm Bill, very important. Thanks for all your work. At the beginning of the year, you had no gray hair.
Amazing. I've grown that as well.
Exactly. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.